That's correct. The title is The Truth. We finally bought our own apartment. Before I show you the apartment, I'm going to tell you why we decided to do this instead of building a house. As you guys know, my wife is pregnant. She's 9 months pregnant. My son is going to be born next month. We're in the middle of September. We didn't think that building a house and waiting for it to be done and finishing it the way we want would be good for the child. It takes months to build and winter is coming. So I think it's a smarter choice. My wife thinks it's a smarter choice to buy an apartment, and it's a beautiful apartment. Get steady here and steadily and with time build the house of our dreams. The apartment is 48 square meters and it has a balcony of 3.5 square meters. So everywhere altogether is over 50 square meters. The entrance door was right here. You saw me standing here. So this apartment is shaped like a horseshoe. To the left is one room here, which is going to be our son's room, but immediately here is a closet. It's a pretty big closet. I'm going to be modifying it to fit a bunch of coats, winter things, and it's very, very spacious. A lot of apartments actually don't even have a closet, so we feel like this was awesome. This is the closet. The doors, we're going to want to paint them to fit the look of the apartment that we're looking for. So these are going to be a light gray or white with gray trim. Now we're going to go into the first room, which is our son's room. And this room here is one of the nicest parts of the apartment because of just how big it is. Usually the rooms in Russia in these type of apartments, one of them is very narrow, one of them is shaped strangely, but we were happy that this one actually is a nice shape and it even doubles as a small office for me. So you can see that I've put my desk here. My desk is going to be here. I'm going to be streaming in the future, making videos for you guys from this area with a nicer background. And the point of having this here is also so I can see my son, because if I'm doing some work, I can look at him straight away. You can see that the walls have a nice, beautiful wallpaper. The light reflects so nicely. I'm going to turn the lights off. And it's cloudy right now. It's not so sunny, but the sun is coming straight at us. This is considered the sunny side in Slyudanka. When you're facing this side, it's called the sunny side, because in the afternoon, you have light for 6-8 hours, depending on what time of the year it is. The floors are finished. They fixed the floors. You can see it's all uniformed, right? The floors and the trim with the wall, it's all the same all around. And if you look up towards the ceiling, it's also well done on top. So stick around to the end of the video so we tell you how much this apartment costs, because I think that's what everybody's watching this video, right? If you haven't seen the thumbnail and you just clicked, you probably have no clue. There's these big windows, but they're the wooden ones, and we want to change them, okay? So this is one of the things that we are going to change in the future. The glass and the wood is not so good for Siberian winter, so that's one thing we definitely have to change. As the boy is growing up, he has to be warm in winter. Now it's time to show the rest of the apartment. So just remember, this is our son's room, and as you walk out, to my right is the closet, and now we're back to the front. Now I'm gonna go walk down the hallway. As soon as you come into the house, you are met with these two rooms here, which we have to work on a little bit, but this is the toilet. And yes, there's a partitioning wall here for some reason. A lot of the apartments in this part of Russia, there's a separate room from each thing. Here is the shower, where we're going to be putting a washing machine. The washing machine should be there. And on top of the toilet, we're going to be putting the boiler. So we're going to be heating water in the summer with the boiler, and electricity is absolutely cheap here. And as soon as you walk in, if you're a guest, you can go to the bathroom and take a shower, whatever you want. On top of the washing machine, we also want to put a sink to wash your hands. Now you walk straight in, and here's another huge window, right? And again, this is the sunny side. The sun comes in really nicely in here. In our opinion, this is a smaller sized kitchen, but for us, it's gonna work. This is our first apartment, and we're gonna put up all the different things that you need, but it's gonna have to be designed very well because it leaves you a small area for a kitchen table. You're gonna need your stove, which is gonna be electric, your refrigerator, your oven, all electric, microwave, all electric, and your sink. But this is the area that we're working with. You have to imagine that all of this area here is gonna be filled. It's essentially an L, but it's an awkward L because there's a hole on the other side. But this is the corner of the kitchen. We understand. You can comment, oh, it's a small apartment, it's a small kitchen. We're only a family of 3. And after I show you the main bedroom, I'm going to talk about prices and how much we intend to invest into making it absolutely cozy for us and making it comfortable. But do notice that the walls are with the wallpaper uniformed as in everywhere. The trim is here and the ceiling is also set. The floors and the floor trimming is the same as our son's room, so it's all the same. Now follow me because you walk back this way and we're back to where we started, right? On the left is the closet in our son's room, and then we go straight into the master bedroom, which is over here. Now this is the master bedroom. There is a balcony that I was talking about with 3.5 square meters. That's a lot of room for storing things, for sitting out there, having things outside. This is our bed. We're waiting for the mattress. It's a spring here with shocks. That means that you can store things under the bed. So it lifts like this. In the future, you can put things that you need. We built this 2 days ago. Shout out to my friend Ivan. He actually helped me set this up. He did it really quickly. And there's supposed to be a mattress here, so I'll put that there. This was not ours, okay? This is still the person who sold us the apartment. This is theirs, but they're letting us borrow it because we have to move out of our old apartment in 2 weeks. Now, I'm going to tell you guys what we're going to do. From this section here, in the future, we're going to be building a closet from the floor, specially made from the city of Irkutsk, from the floor to the ceiling, all the way here to the edge of the bed. So it's going to be a partitioning wall separating the main bedroom into a living room. So you can imagine there's going to be a wall here, which is a closet, and a comfortable sofa here. And there's going to be a television there on the back of the closet. So it's going to be a mini living room. And we are so excited because a lot of these apartments that the Russian people have, they usually don't do that. I've never seen that being built here. I don't see it as a common thing. I've seen it once or twice in the city of Irkutsk. But in America, it's very common to do that kind of stuff. And I'm so excited to do it here because it's going to make it look very modern. It's time now to pass the mic over to my wife so she can give you her opinion on the apartment. I'm going to let her say the things she doesn't like because there are some things that we want to change and not every place is perfect. So I'm going to hand it over to Ksenia and she's going to let you know what's up.
Okay, in this apartment, almost everything how I like bright walls, and I like in this room, in our sunroom, it's have gray color because everything I want to make in green colors in our room. How you can see, bed was already look in our style. But in a hallway and a kitchen, I don't like so much these brick wallpapers. In the future, we will change it, but now it's clean, it's new, we will keep it, but in the future I will change. And in our one, what I don't like, it's bathroom and toilet. I want to make it nicer around and change some toilet. And yeah, I think it's it. Only doors, how my husband already said, we will paint or fix it. And rest of it, I really like. And now a big problem, what I don't like, it's kitchen. It's not only because of it's small, because in Soviet apartment, after Soviet time apartments, they all small. but problem is this wall. It's a big problem for design for me. I like figure out how it will be better because this wall not straight. It's go inside, and I wanna made it nice. I all the time dream about big kitchen, but now we have small and even not straight. But anyways, I have some design in my head. I already, before we buy this apartment, I already start planning how we will do everything, and I think in the end it will be good.
And to test out this new desk, this is going to be the place where I'm going to tell you the price. Okay, so this apartment we got for 3.2 million. Now, in the time of my exchange, a long time ago, I brought a lot of my savings to Russia, and because of the way the banking system works here, you actually built very good interest. I was saving and saving and saving for years that I've been here in Russia. Well, when this apartment was for sale, we were lucky enough to see this advertisement. I was the one who saw it, and it was so obscure because it only showed half of each room. The advertisement was not the best, but my wife called and she said, "Can we take a look at that apartment?" When we walked in, I was like, wow. It was a little dirtier because there was trash everywhere that we already threw out, but I said, I really love the design because the way it is, it's like a U or a horseshoe. And my son can have his room here, I can have my room and the living room on the other side. But yes, 3.2 million. At the time of my exchange, the majority of my rubles, I traded $1 for 100 rubles. So essentially it cost about $35,000. But in today's economy, you're looking upwards to 40,000 rubles for this. Sorry, $40,000 for an apartment like this. Now, the biggest question I get asked is, how much does an apartment cost here? How much does an apartment cost there? It all depends. Wherever you ask, you have to look at the geography, you have to look at the cities that are around. Obviously, an apartment near Moscow is going to cost more. As for us, the reason why this particular apartment costs what it costs is because we live 5 minutes away from Lake Baikal. This is 5 minutes from the largest lake in the world in volume, of course, in fresh water. It's a highly sought after location. This is essentially a vacation location, a summer vacation town. And there's not a lot of tourists, but you do get to enjoy that. So that's why the prices here are what they are. Now, my question to you guys is, do you think it's worth buying an apartment instead of building a house? Because a lot of people complained, oh, you should have built the house. And I respect your guys' opinion, but for us in our situation, because our son is going to be born, this was the better option. We have our son's baby bed. We're going to build it. It's going to be built next to our bed. We don't have anything. We don't have a stove. We don't have a refrigerator. We don't have a lot of things, but this is our apartment. We don't have to move out. We don't have to pay rent to anyone else anymore. We just pay the low utilities and the up cost of the plumbing and all of that stuff, which I will tell you guys, by the first month that we live here, I will give you the price of electricity, of water, and the maintenance of the building. I will give you that every month from now on. That way you understand. Maybe you can budget it. Maybe you want to retire in Russia. Maybe you want to have a summer apartment somewhere in Russia. This is going to be the best information you can get from any video, because I'm going to tell you every month. And this is the face of a happy wife. Of course she's tired, huh?
Yeah, now I feel more tired because it's 1 month, 1 month left for my pregnancy. Now I start feeling myself pregnant and more tired, but it's come to me because all this time I work a lot and don't rest a lot. I just move and feel really good. That's why now a little bit clean and I already feel tired and sleepy.
One thing that I remember you said, Sush, is that you were so happy that you were going to move into a house that's yours when your son is born. Tell us what that feels like.
For me, it's like a heaven because being your son in your own apartment, he will have his own room, and no one will tell you you need move out or you need pay more for this rent. No, we will buy all stuff now only for our apartment, and we will not left it somewhere. We will not do it for someone. We will do it for yourself finally, for our family.
Yes, and a lot of people who are watching are from the West, and they don't know that Russians live in kvartiras, you know? Can you explain what life is like? Because many Westerners, they think that this is just a normal apartment where, I don't know, it looks like in the West, babe, people who live in apartments, they're usually sometimes very destroyed. But can you tell us about this?
Here you can find destroyed apartment too, but this apartment it's really good. House, all building, really good quality. It's really warm, not so old, and we don't need worried about heating system, about water. Government give us everything. We just need to pay a little bit for that, and that's it. We will have everything. That's why when people say maybe it's better building house, yeah, it's all the time have a house. It's better, but when you have your small family, especially in this moment, I think it's really good to have your own apartment and worried about nothing. And in the future, if we have opportunity, we'll build in house and take care of, and son will have help us. And if we have second kid, it will be blessed. But for now, I think it's really good. And yeah, how I say, government will take care of this apartment, and we just will pay a little bit money for that every month.
I tried to make a very informative video, and if your questions were not answered, put them in the comment section. If I didn't mention something, you can ask and we will be engaging with the audience. This is a good opportunity for people to actually get the information that they seek. I do lives with my wife, and people ask on live so many questions, and I realize that not everybody watches the live videos. So if you're watching this now, you have an opportunity to learn more about the cost of living in Russia. I will say we've been renting an apartment for the last 8 months, and for utilities, we pay about $5 for electricity, $5 for water. I mean, it all adds up to about $25 in the end of the day. And the internet cost $11. And it's just, I think it's affordable, not just for us, but for even Russians. Because if this wasn't affordable for Russian people, there would be nobody in this building. And this apartment was very hard to find because as soon as apartments go on the market, they disappear. And there's a huge misconception from Westerners saying, oh, you're living there because it's cheap. No, I'm not living here because it's cheap. I'm living here because it's fair. The prices are fair. It's not that they're cheap, it's just that they're fair. You guys are sometimes watching from countries where you're paying hundreds of dollars for electricity. That blows my mind. It blows my mind. I'm from California and I left, but I remember the cost being so high, but I could never go back to a country or a state in the United States that is robbing you every month for hundreds of dollars for water, for electricity. In Irkutsk Oblast, we have the cheapest electricity. In Irkutsk Oblast, we have an abundance of water, obviously, and the prices are fair. This is what you guys have to understand. It is not cheap in Russia, it's fair. And thank you so much. We made a video about what recently? About the garden stuff.
Yeah, we made video how we made borscht from our own vegetables from the garden, and it's became so good. And I hope you guys will enjoy this video.
That video is going to come up perhaps next week, but these are the type of videos that we're trying to do now that we have the apartment and the gardening season is coming to an end. We just want to produce videos of actual life in a town, village style in Siberian Russia. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.